We're joined right now on RailerCulture.com by Jeff Nielsen. He is a District 2 Canadian Wheat board member. Welcome today, Jeff.
Thank you, Sean.
Well, Jeff, you this week the board of directors met for the Canadian Wheat Board. I'm sure it was some very interesting discussions based on some of the things that have kind of been happening here in the last 3 weeks. What was kind of the, I guess, from a board of directors standpoint, I guess what's the plan of action? What's the mood and the reaction around some of the things that have been happening?
Well, I honestly think that some of the directors are still going through shock, realizing the Conservatives did get a majority. I think we've been told for the last 5 years through a minority government that things will change. And now that we have the majority government, and we have been told that August 1st and next year that the monopoly will be gone. Minister Ritz has stated that he wants to see a strong, viable organization come out of this, still providing choice for farmers to market their wheat and barley through, and possibly who knows what other crops. But I think right now the feeling is still a bit of shock around the board table, realization that change is going to happen probably sooner than some want. And the challenge is to us as board of directors to move forward and find some solutions now.
I guess from a board's perspective, do you feel that there's a viable entity here without a single desk?
I believe so. There is a heck of a lot of talent within that organization, that building. We have strong relations with customers worldwide. We have strong relations with a lot of smaller grain companies here in Western Canada. There's different groups that we're very nailers, some of the maltsters have strong relationships with. We can build upon those. We have those ties. Are we going to be the same entity as we are today? Without the monopoly, we're not going to handle that same volumes of grain, but perhaps we can grow.
Mm-hmm. So I guess what are the opportunities? Is it pooling other crops? Like what are some of the opportunities?
We're looking at various designs. I can't really speak on a lot of them right now, or any of them, honestly, right now, sir. We're developing a list. Western producer yesterday commented that we are given 10 options, and we're examining all those options. And we're asking management to come back and give us some of their viewpoints. And it's a progress and work. We're starting from literally square one, and we're going forward.
Do you think there's anything that the strong supporters of the single desk could do to I guess derail this train that we're headed to on August 1st, 2012?
That's a good question. It's very strong sentiments on both sides of this. We're seeing it come out quite a bit, but I think there is a general underlying realization that change is happening. And as with anything, a lot of people don't like change. There always will be those who aren't supportive of change. I hope that we can move forward and not have a lot of hiccups and possible challenges to this. It's for the betterment of all farmers. We need to find a viable solution to move forward. And I encourage producers to share that view too. And my phone's always ready to talk to people on this issue, and hopefully we can move forward and create a new environment.
So do you see the board of directors do you see the entity of the wheat board being proactive here and working towards the future, or do you see it focusing on how do we save the single desk?
Oh, that's a good question. As you know, we're a very dynamic split board. There's a lot of discussion on that yesterday, Sean, and I think the realization still hasn't sunk into some people, and there'll be a call, of course, for maintaining the status quo from some for some time. I think we do need to see some better direction from the minister as to exactly what he's got planned, and maybe in the throne speech today we'll see maybe an idea of what legislation might look like. But I'd rather see that sooner rather than later. That will give us a lot more opportunity to work towards the future if we knew exactly what's going to happen.
Well, and the minister was in Winnipeg this week, was he not?
Yes, he was. He met with Ian White, our CEO, and Alan Oldberg, our chairman, on Tuesday morning.
Okay, so we can, we'll have to, like you said, he needs to provide clear direction, I guess. And I think I would agree with that. It's interesting that there's a lot of speculation out there. I've been speculating, others have been speculating, kind of what this transition looks like, how fast it's going to happen, and I'm sure that the next 14 months are going to play out in a very, very interesting manner.
Cool, very much so. And we're hearing that legislation will be introduced in the fall. But I think the minister kind of owes it to the board and owes it to farmers to give us a bit better indication of exactly what it's going to be. It is a very short timeline. I think I got to stress that. There's a lot of calls for August 1st this year, but there's a lot of things involved. I think even main companies realized that and said right away that they needed almost a full year to absorb and take in changes too. So, but there is a lot of work to be done, both on the federal side as far as writing the legislation, and on our side for developing a new game plan.
Well, and I think we need to stress too, the Ontario Wheat Board when they lost their single desk ability in 1997, they're still pooling grain today. So this isn't necessarily the end of the Canadian Wheat Board, but there will be opportunities if handled properly.
There is, and we look at a lot of people compare Canadian Wheat Board to the Australian model. What is the Australian model has come onto is they have the companies that are buying grain down there offer various pools. Perhaps we need to look at some of their ideas down there, and maybe we can incorporate some of that and some of those ideas up here as well. There's lots of ideas out there. There's lots of ideas written several years ago that need to be taken out of the closet, dusted off, reread, and see if they can be updated.
Okay, Jeff, thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll talk to you again soon.
You bet. Thank you.